Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should take that off, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Where are we? Hey, there we can see you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to RVing in New England. This is the John DePietro Show. My special guest tonight is Bob Zagami.
Well, thanks for having me back, John. Always
Welcome
a pleasure
to the show.
Great.
What are you chewing on? Cough drop?
A cough drop. I scooted out of the show a little bit early on Sunday night to get back to Florida. Sat down, and this big guy came in next to me, had a mask on, and he coughed all the way from Boston to Fort Myers. I thought, this is probably not a good sign. So I was sick on Monday, didn't feel much better on Tuesday, and tested positive for COVID today. So I'm not going to go out of the house for a few days, but that never stops us, John. We got too much to talk about and too much fun to have.
For sure. You know what? I think we're all exhausted after Boston, but to say the show exceeded our wildest dreams would probably not be much of a stretch. And, we've been known to stretch the truth when it comes to good
Really?
stuff because we're marketers and that's what we do. We're like politicians. We stretch the truth. And this has got to be getting you down. If you've replaced Jack Daniels with Canada Dry, Zagami.
I know it's going to be a tough night.
Don't you have the other bottle there just for emotional support?
No, that's quite all right. I can, I don't need it every day,
but you know what? Thursday is a show that we've never done a show on Thursday before.
Right.
Okay. Normally we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but this time we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday we opened the show. There were people lined up to get in. And I know for a fact that one dealer sold 7 units in the first hour and a half on a slow day. Now, if that doesn't signal that this is going to be an interesting show.
Right. We didn't know if anybody would come through the show. Said, who's going to go to a show on Thursday afternoon? But they did. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Great crowds on Saturday and Sunday. We had almost 14,000 people in 4 days. And everybody, all the dealers were selling up a storm. But one of the reasons for that is they know that the last few years, the pricing had gotten pretty high on these units. And some of the entry level units were really priced out of the marketplace.
Yeah. Well, the only place the entry level units weren't high in the last few months has been our friends at Seacoast RV, who are our sponsors for this show. And Seacoast RV is located on US Route 1 in Saco, Maine. And they had were those the exact park models that might have been at the show? Because they had people lined up all weekend long.
The elevation maybe. No, that guy he's already sold that one. Yeah. So no, I don't think so.
But they were very similar to that. And they did say that they were stars of the show is no stretch of the imagination either. So special thanks to
They had an incredible show. They had two big park models, one with the sunroom and a deck, one with just a small deck on it, several Winnebago trailers. And then they had the giveaway, which was right outside their booth, the Winnebago hike. And that is going to be given away on, I think it's February 15th. They have to dedupe the list and make sure nobody didn't enter 100 times and do all that good legal stuff. But right in the middle of February, we'll have the winner of that. And they were busy, both for the quality of the products that they had, but they were also right outside the seminar stage also.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know what?
Go right over there.
It certainly is interesting. When you look at our comments, we're 6 minutes into the show. Let's go to the comments because these are absolutely amazing. I'll start with Walter. Good evening from Central Florida. And Walter, we missed you. for that camper to camper show, but our friends and your friends, Joe Cavosa and Jason Cole, both pinched hit admirably. Jim Convoy, we saw him every day with a premier location as soon as you walked in the door. Jim's already getting into side.
Didn't take him long. Audrey
Walter
says, "Hey guys, looking forward to the show." Hey,
this show.
Audrey at the show?
She was there. She was there, but we missed her.
Right.
She was there on Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Right, Audrey? We saw you on Friday.
So big crowd. Say Stephen.
Look at Convoy. Convoy thinks that this is his show. He's saying hi to everybody.
I guess so. He's giving greetings out. Steve Hogan in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
He's here. Gail can't be fine. Hello, Jim. Look at this. What are these guys? Estelle. Hello, all. Maria's there, and she's. I think she's down in Florida.
Yep. Bill Sell has it right. This is the Johnny D Show.
There you go.
Okay. Now my brother will probably be calling in later at about 7:50, saying, "Hi, Bob. Sorry, I'm late."
Yeah.
Not talking about any of the content of the show, but just telling us that he's there, which nobody really cares about.
Yeah.
I have down.
Certainly will, Bernie. I get my Paxlovid, whatever it is, in the morning. Paxlovid, yeah. Okay. I'll get that in the morning, and
But we have to give a special hello and thank you to Bernie and Bill, because for putting that Saturday show together. Although Bernie, I don't think Bernie brought the donuts. Ryan brought the donuts, right?
Ryan and Amy.
Did Bernie bring coffee?
I don't think Bernie brought coffee either. He brought his coffee.
Oh, but he did eat a couple donuts.
I
know you had 4.
Maybe.
You had 4. I had a half of one. Ryan had a couple. His wife had one.
It may have been 5.
Yeah, 5. Right.
Good old Duncan from across the street. All right, I will, Audrey. I saw the sold signs on the rigs on Friday. Oh yeah, they didn't waste any time getting those orders. We were talking about this, Audrey, and I think I'm guessing, but we looked around and said, this is crazy. This is like it was 10 years ago. They were bumper to bumper, shoulder to shoulder. They were waiting in line for the sales rep so they could put their order in. We said, look at, we were out in the front lobby area and said, if you look out this door and you understand the complexities of our world today between immigration, the Ukraine war, inflation, high gas prices, everything under the sun, I think, no, wait a minute. My philosophy is the people are just fed up with it. They're just fed up with it. Said, I'm going to buy that camper today. I'm going to buy that camper this weekend. I'm not even going to think about politics and what goes on. I'm going camping. So if you agree with me, say so. And apparently John doesn't agree.
But Zagami, you're using this microphone and this camera.
It's my mic
as a way to rile up the general public, because you say immigration. There is no immigration problem in this United States. The border is closed. You've heard it from our leaders. The border is closed.
That's true.
You are just trying to agitate the situation. Now, the fact that 7 or 8 million people are here that weren't here a few years ago, that's got nothing to do with it.
I guess.
In fact, you know what? What's next? They're going to start taking seasonal RV spots from October to March in New England and providing accommodation for those that are less fortunate. So that's the next thing. Okay. Walter has a very good point.
Total shipments down for the year. Yeah, they were, but it was 313,000, which isn't bad. Don't forget, the 500,000 was the COVID year.
That was not normal.
His brother brought one. Yeah, right. That don't count. But not as bad as some were predicting, and manufacturers are saying build orders seem to be returning to normal, whatever normal means. Yeah, I was on an analyst call today, one that we do every quarter with a bunch of people, and for the most part, the dealers felt that their inventory was in good shape. They've finally gotten rid of the 21s. Most of them have gotten rid of the 22s, and they got the 23s priced there. But the big problem with the 23s and the 24s, as we saw at the show, the pricing that they had on these units was mind-boggling. I mean, there was a ton of RVs less than $30,000, a ton of them. Payments $150 to $250. So they aggressively priced it, and that with the 24s, that prices them below the 23s. So I'll tell you, one of the best deals out there right now would be to go find yourself a 23 with the same floor plan that you want, because that's the one that the dealers are really discounting. They're not going to discount the 24s much because they've come in with new list prices. A lot of them had new products on the floor, and the list price was less than $30,000. So you're not going to see a real steep reduction on that. But it's
okay.
I think that was one of the trigger that when they saw it, they hadn't been able to buy for the last 2 or 3 years. Maybe didn't buy during COVID. When they saw those prices, they just pulled out the checkbook and say, "I want that one."
Here we go.
And most dealers really confirmed what they were doing.
Right. Can you go back to Walter's just for a second?
Yeah.
Because I think the most important aspect of what Walter said are the last 4 words. Whatever, maybe whatever is one word. Whatever normal means. The reality is, Bob, you and I have been talking about this since the middle of 2020, that this is not normal. So in 2 years from 2020, in 3 years from 2020, and 4, which we are right now, we're comparing figures that were not normal. So although it was great if you were a stockholder of the major companies in 21 and 22 or 20 and 21, those weren't figures that you could use as a benchmark. You have to go back to 2019, which was the last quote unquote normal year before craziness hit us. So Walter, you're so right. Thank you for
that's what the analyst said. 2019, 2018. There's no question to see how that's going to play out. So how was the quality and workmanship on those units? Actually, they're slowing down manufacturing. Anytime they slow down manufacturing, the quality gets better. I think there was a lot of discussion about the Brinkley RVs and the quality of the Brinkley RVs. Quite noticeable when you actually walk in them. They were very busy. How many units they have in the Pete's RV display, John?
They had 3. Now, Bob, one of the things you may want to do right now, that video that I sent you, it says new shoppers. Maybe you want to play that right now, because let me set that up.
All right.
I was sitting in the Brinkley model, and this person came in and was talking about the workmanship. And I said, "Sir, do you mind saying this on tape?" He said, "Sure." So as Jay Leno would say, roll tape.
Let me just get rid of Steve's comment there. Boom. And I have it.
Unsolicited comments.
What's your first name?
Donna.
Dan and Donna. Dan and Donna.
Yeah,
okay.
double D's.
So Donna, I'm talking to Dan, and he said he's in the construction business. Is that right?
Correct.
Doing it
Yeah. And
45 years.
And you said to me, Dan, the first thing I noticed. Go ahead, tell me what you said.
I said, being in the construction business for 45 years, the first thing I noticed with this unit is the quality of craftsmanship and materials. It's more close to some of, custom homes that I've built in the past.
And you opened some cabinets and said, showed me what you mean. Showed me. Show me what you mean.
Solid door, self-closing hinges, like that. These are things that you would typically see in a higher-end residential unit. Not, these other trailers are. I was looking at them and I'm like, I'm going to spend my retirement fixing shit in this place because everything's plastic and. Just saying. That's all I got.
That's interesting. And you don't own now, right?
Sorry?
You're looking for the first time.
We don't own a camper. I have a second home up north, and
Okay, man. So say hi to Ron and Bill.
Hi, Ron and Bill. Good job. Good job, guys.
See ya.
Totally unsolicited. I was sitting there taking some weight off my feet, and this couple came in and just started talking amongst themselves. And I said, hey, you want to put this on tape? And unsolicited, and I didn't even notice the thing about self-closing hinges, stuff like that. But he said, look at this is cool.
In the draws. Yep.
Fenich and Fenich are going to be happy to get a hold of that tape.
Houses have that. Yeah, they do.
Yep. What else we got for questions here? Bernie, definitely a great buzz at the show. The RVers are ready to enjoy the upcoming camping season. Gail Hogan. Oh, now are Gail and Steve together in the same house? Yeah. Are they on different laptops?
No, I don't know. Ask them.
Gail and Steve, are you guys in the same state? Whatever. What's the deal? So, good evening, gentlemen, says Gail.
Just give us the take from the salesman's perspective on how you viewed the show in terms of prospects and customers. I don't want you giving away any of the family jewels, but it'd be good to hear the salesman's perspective.
Yep.
Gail, yeah, okay. Audrey comes in, yes.
Yeah, she was there on Friday.
Okay.
Oh, Maria was in Tampa.
Oh, Maria was down at the Tampa show. Wow. We did catch up one year there at the Tampa show.
So, Maria, if you're looking for a place to stay, consider the Margaritaville in Auburndale. Is that the right town?
Auburndale, yeah.
Auburndale, Florida, just halfway between Orlando and Tampa.
Jim Conroy, if you start the show late, I will say hi to my friends. What makes you think that we want you to say hi to your friends? You're supposed to say hello to John and Bob. What?
If you start the show late, he's good. That's right. He can see all the comments there.
Yeah, I see. Clever.
Okay. I was empty-handed. I did not eat your donuts.
Yeah, right. Did he bring any Jack? This was a disappointing year. Nobody brought me any Jack this year. I don't know. Must be falling out of favor. I usually pick up a bottle or two at the show. Come around there and give me that little bag full of Jack Daniels. It's good. Great job on the show. Bill Self, a producer extraordinaire. Saturday was a lot of fun. Bob has 4 donuts, and the ticket booth people finished them off. You sure I had 4 donuts, Bill?
Yeah, Zagami, it's either 4 or 5.
I can put away 4 Krispy Kremes, but I'm not sure if I did 4 donuts.
No, these were those nice. They were Dunkin', and they were the nice cake donuts, not the airy.
Yeah, but they're heavy.
Yeah, but hey, we worked from 7 in the morning until 7 at night.
Right.
Standing up with no lunch break, no coffee break, no nothing. So special thanks to the people that did bring in coffee and donuts. We had three jugs of Dunkin' coffee. Special thanks to Ryan.
Hey, Jason, how is Lisa feeling? Lisa had a little trip in one of the booths. Hopefully she's back on the road to recovery. And Jim Conboy says, I brought you. Oh, Jim brought the donuts. He brought the donuts? What did?
Oh, that's right. He did.
Right. He brought the coffee. How could they forget?
Yep.
Well, were Amy and Ryan carrying your donuts in for you? I thought you came in from the back end of it. I don't know.
Those were good donuts.
Yeah, they were.
So
the masses.
So Jim, anytime you want to talk, carry on a car. You just keep bringing us donuts, and you can have as many side conversations.
Right. Bernie said, masses are done waiting. You are right. And I agree. They just said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to get me an RV. And we did have everything. We had everything from trailers to big motorhomes. We did not have any pop-ups. That was the only thing. Didn't have any pop-ups and didn't have any $3 million conversion buses. Did you see? Yes, I did see the space at Tampa.
Yeah, that was that last year too.
I think that was $500,000, right, Maria?
Yep.
Customized fifth wheels. Yeah. Jason Cole, very aggressive on the pricing, I assume, not his wife, but I asked him about his wife, and he says very aggressive. I don't think Lisa would appreciate that, Jason.
I think Jason would appreciate
it. Yeah. Bill, so Jim didn't forget at the tech table and the fresh hot coffee. Thank you. All right. Interest rates will keep payments the same. Yep, that's true. Yeah. Lower costs will make it affordable, keep it affordable. Dante says, so late. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you are late. All right.
Hey, I kept calling Laturco Dante the other day, and he didn't say anything. Then I realized, well, it's not Dante, it's Laturco.
Yeah.
CW was
campground rates have gone upwards everywhere. Yeah, and they continue to go up. I've been looking for the gang, and finding a full hookup site for a weekend below $100 a night is tough, and trying to get sites in the States pretty impossible. Wow. It's we don't want to see stuff like that, but it's the nature.
Audrey, did you check with our friends at Spacious Skies, because they've got 9 or 10 parks, and we can get you in touch with some people there if there are special locations that you want to look at, and I'm sure that she would do her best. Audrey, tell us in a number down below how many people you are generally traveling with. We'll see what we can do for you.
Jim Roy brought his entire crew from Silver Moose Restoration. They had a great time going around seeing all the different units, and even they said Brinkley has the best, and had the same comments about quality. Yep. Jason Cole says yes.
Yep. Jim Roy brought Larry, Darrell, and Daryl with him.
Yeah. The Brinkley fifth wheel we saw were incredible. Well, if you don't know, folks, two of the founding members of Brinkley are Bill Fennick and Ron Fennick, who just happened to have started Keystone, and they sold that off to Thor Industries. Then they took a little time off and said, well, let's make RVs again. So they started Grand Design and sold that to Winnebago for about $528 million. They still had non-compete, so Bill went out and formed a pontoon boat company and wound up making the most luxurious pontoon boats in Elkhart, Indiana, and sold that to Winnebago for about $4 million. Then they took another couple of years off, and they came back with Brinkley RV. But they're not going to sell this one. They tell me they're not going to sell this one. They like what they're doing. They wanted to change the game plan once again, and they're capable of doing that. Oh,
we did it.
Ryan's late because these guys are catching up on all the work that they didn't do during the show.
Right. Now, Ryan, I hope that you went home and got your kids, okay, and didn't wait till Tuesday, because there was no school on Monday, Ryan. So we know that you were bemoaning the fact that it was Saturday night and you were away from your 4 kids. Yeah. But, I know you wanted to get out of there early on Sunday.
Yes, in the same house, and Jason says different phones probably. I would think so. Steve says, he is so right. I spend a lot of time fixing my 2021 rig. And Maria says, we have been there a few times. Wow, we got all kinds of comments. All right, let's get back to some of the videos. You send a bunch of videos over, John. You got a favorite, or you want to jump onto one of these?
You know what? Why don't we go with your video, Bob? Well, no, let's start with Campanion. Here's one of, let me set it up. Is that queued up, ready to go?
Yeah, all set. All I have to do is press the button.
Okay. On Thursday, when I got there before the show opened, I'm walking. I always like to check out all the displays before the public gets in. And I see this trailer there. But I knew it wasn't a trailer you could live in. And I talked to the person. He said, look, I'm a camper. And you know what? People they're reluctant to go out and buy all the stuff that they need to go camping, such as a tent, such as a Blackstone grill, such as a generator or chairs or that type of thing, even firewood. And he said, so what I've done is put it all in this trailer and made it available for rent for the first-time camper. And then Bob and I talked to him a little bit later and said, wait a minute. You could use this for someone who doesn't have a trailer to go camping with someone who does have a trailer and park right next to them in the next spot and find out if you like the camping lifestyle, because so many people. In fact, it'd be interesting to ask our audience while they're watching this tape, how many of you started tent camping before you moved up into your first RV? Yep. So this guy's name is Sean O'Grady. He's not too Irish. Hey, everybody. More people want to go camping than ever before, but they really don't know where to start. And if they don't have a tent, if they don't have firewood and things like that, our friend Sean will be able to help them out. Sean, tell us about your company.
Hello. My name is Sean. I've been camping for many years, and myself and my family, we started this company called Campanion, and everything you need to go tent camping for a week or a weekend away is conveniently preloaded in this trailer.
So all I need is a car or a pickup truck or an SUV.
Yes, you need that with a hitch and a light hookup. It's lightweight, easy to pull, fully loaded, ready to go.
Okay, you say fully loaded. What does fully loaded mean?
Fully loaded is you have
I know
your
friends
tent.
that are fully loaded, but it's got nothing to do with camping.
It has your tent, your canopy, your...
Kind of like this?
This is the one that is in the unit.
Okay.
It is a screen house. We just didn't put the screens up today.
Okay.
You have air mattresses, cots, griddles, stoves, all your chairs that you see,
All these chairs.
tablecloths. It has all your utensils, pots, pans, first aid kit. It has a coffee percolator, clothesline, clothespins. We have been camping for many years. We guarantee everything you need for camping, less sleeping bags, pillows, and food.
How about
will be loaded in this trailer.
how about the most important thing? Firewood. You bring your own?
Firewood, we will give you 2 crates of firewood as long as you're camping in the state of New Hampshire.
What, you are even providing firewood?
Yes, and we'll provide 2 gas cylinders for the griddle.
Oh, the
and
tent.
steam.
Yep. Okay. So I'm convinced that there's nothing in the world that smells better than grilling bacon on one of those Blackstone grills at a campground. Do you agree with me on that?
Absolutely.
It used to be
Morning
coffee. It used to be
bacon it is.
coffee.
Yep.
But now, since those grills have come out, and you're providing it right over
Yes,
there.
that comes with the
let's,
grill.
Let's go over there because, you know what? Look at camping and eating are 2 things that go together, right?
Vital things in the camping.
Okay, so you got your griddle there.
Griddle and a stove.
And a stove. So you can cook your eggs on there or cook your eggs
He's
on
right on here.
Actually, you can cook just about anything on black.
You can cook. I've been camping with 4 of us, and I can cook a meal for 4 people on this
At once.
17-inch Blackstone
I
griddle.
know I have done eggs, hash browns, and bacon
All at once.
all at once. So tell
Makes
us,
it easy.
tell us where people can find out more about your service.
Our website is rentcampanion.com,
Okay, there we go. I see that right there.
and all the information on there, all of our numbers, and there's a website with our email address. Call, email me for if you want to book it or you want any additional information.
Okay, and I think it's important, Sean, to say that you are a camper as well.
Yes,
Not just some corporate greed guy that's saying, let's make some money on camping.
Nope, this is our first year in business. I came up with this, and myself and my family, we have between myself and 3 brothers, over 100 years of camping experience, and we put together, we feel, a consistent package that you'll enjoy for a week or a weekend away with your family and friends.
Campanion, complete camping rentals. You heard about it here, and give them a call, see what happens. You know you'll have fun.
It's a great idea. Nice 2 brothers that have come up with this idea. Be curious to see what our fans think. We're gonna bring them on one week soon. They're gonna join NERVDA and bring them on so you can really talk about it in depth. But it's very creative, and you're right, John. They even have people who rent them because they're gonna go camping with their friends, and they go to or they have a large family, and the family can take that for the kids and put it, 1 site over or 2 sites over, so the parents have quiet time in the RV, and the kids can have their little tent and s'mores and stuff like that. So I think he's got a pretty good idea there.
So you're saying lock the kids outside.
Huh?
Lock the kids outside and let the parents stay inside. Is that what you're saying?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we did find another member that's going to be joining NERVDA, and this was very intriguing. And I'm going to let this. I did this interview with Mike Patrick, one of the co-founders, but they only signed up for this is great. They only signed up for the show 3 days before the show, and they wound up with a corner booth. And it was right across from Cold Springs, right across from the restroom facilities. and they were busy for the entire 4 days, and had beyond.
Well, you know what? He gave away all of the literature that he brought, and he said, "I always remember this guy used to be a brand manager for JetBlue, so he didn't just fall out of the turnip truck." But he brought excess material. He was out of it by Saturday afternoon. They had to go home on Saturday night and print more of it for Sunday.
Yeah.
So really interesting. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody, you see the Walden sign. It's not an Eagles concert, and it's not a salad dressing convention. Bob Zagami has a special guest. Bob Zagami, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, John, but I'd rather talk to Mike Patrick.
Well, go ahead.
Because he's the owner and co-founder of Walden Camper Vans.
Right after his career at ESPN, he has joined us here.
That's exactly right. Yes.
At the,
He's a celebrity before he even gets
Exactly.
to see some of our customers.
so ask him why he's here.
Mike, John wants me to ask you why you're here.
I gotcha. So we're Walden Camper Vans, a camper van rental business.
A little louder.
So we rent a range of vans, both 2-seaters, 3-seaters, and 4-seater configurations, both on the Sprinter platform and on the ProMinster platform. We rent anywhere from 3 nights all the way up to a month. So there's really something for everybody. So whether you're just a couple trying to get away or a family of 4, we've got just what you need. And our vans come fully stocked with everything you could possibly need. So all you have to do is show up with a bag
So
of
you got
clothes
the
and you're good to
linens
go.
and
Everything.
plates and
Yep,
so
everything. Fully stocked kitchen with everything you need, from a French press to tea kettle to an always pan.
Well, doesn't everybody go camping with a French press?
Well, I mean, you need to.
Yeah.
You should be going camping
Yeah,
with a
they
French
do that.
press.
Well, you know what's exciting about this, Mike? We haven't had anything like this in the show before. And of course, the timing is right with the exposure to camper vans and the increased number that we see. But here we have a 4x4, a true off-road vehicle that they can rent.
Yes.
You know, we've got other people in the show that rent regular traditional trailers and motorhomes, and those are great.
Yep.
But this is so unique for the show. I suspect you're going to have an awful lot of people coming by, standing in line, wanting to see these vehicles. And you're local too.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, so we're located right in Acton. So we're located about 30 minutes from the convention center, really close. So easy to get to. All of our vans are also designed to be fully off-grid. So you've got 2 solar panels up on the roof, continually charging your house batteries. As long as when you're driving, it's also charging your house batteries. 30 gallons of fresh water on board. So between not needing a water hookup and not needing a power hookup, you're free to travel wherever you want to go. You're not just tied to a
you get a shower out back too.
Yep, so you have heated outdoor showers in the rear of the van. So between having all of that, you can really go wherever you need to go.
Well, I think you made a great choice coming into the show, but I think at the end of the show, you're going to look at this and say, wow, this was fantastic. And almost all of these people, they're customers within 60 miles of your operation in Acton.
Yeah, we're really excited to be here this year. So this was it's a big jump for us.
Thank you for coming into the show, Mike.
Absolutely.
Before you do that, Mike, before you go, how about a website then for people who can't make the show but still are interested in the service?
So WaldenCamperVans.com, or you can check our Instagram at Walden Campervans and get a sense of all of our offerings or all of our rigs.
This is really fantastic. And you got nice graphics on them. You got everything.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You know,
Yeah,
if the
appreciate it.
people are busy, they can scan the QR code.
Yep. Try to make it as seamless as possible.
I don't think he's left anything out, John.
We've tried not to.
Yeah.
There we go.
Something.
You know, it was very interesting. They rent for about $300 a night, but they're top of the line vans, and they did recently have somebody rented for 30 days, which I think I told somebody that was $90,000, but
You can buy the house.
My wife reminded me it was $9,000. So,
But, ladies and gentlemen, did you see Zagami's elderly scooter behind him there? That yellow thing that is not included.
a yellow mechanical golf cart? Yeah.
Yeah, mechanical golf cart. So, Bob, we have a ton. We have a ton of comments here. Let's go to
Great crowd. Give me a time
720.
frame. Give me a time frame.
720 with Bernie.
720 with Birdie. That'd make a good name for a television show.
Yeah. What are you talking about? You were constantly at the Campers Inn booth. That's right, Bernie. I was.
Now, Bernie, should we tell him why he's at the Campers Inn booth? Because John knows where Campers Inn buries all their snacks for the sales team. He knows exactly which curtain it's behind, what products they have, and then he fills.
And I figured out the time that they bring the grinders, and what was it? One day it was pizza and
it was pizza.
boneless chicken breasts there, boneless chicken fingers. They were great. They're a little sloppy, but that's why I figured out. That's why the guys all had orange shirts on.
Well, we can tell who was working. I didn't get any chicken wings. I didn't
Right.
get any pizza. I
Right.
didn't.
Right. You were standing next to the bar.
Huh? No,
You were
I didn't get any grinders.
next to the bar.
What else we have? Ryan. No,
Ryan, I just brought
That's-
coffee.
brought coffee. Oh, he's coming clean. Okay. We
Okay.
tried to make it so that you brought everything, Ryan. Maria. I believe so. The people that I was camping with at the RV show are part of the group. It's called Switch It Up. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch that name, Maria. Switch
Yeah.
It Up.
They have that same group at the Villages, I hear.
I don't know. Maybe.
An old comment about the price.
Well, was that an old comment about the pricing? I don't know. I'm not sure how you mean that. Dave Emery, camping prices and RV prices out of control. You have investors purchasing RV parks looking for high returns with little investment. Stay away from them and camp in state and federal parks, $40 a night compared to $125 a night. Well, Dave, the way we run this show, this is a very, what's the word that I want? All-encompassing show. The reason that they have a Fairfield Inn, a Courtyard, a Marriott, and a Renaissance is the taste and the budget of different people. We have the same thing with RVs. You can buy a pop-up or you can buy a 40-foot diesel pusher. You can go to Camp Margaritaville Resort and pay well over $100 a night, or you can go to a state park and pay $30 or $40 a night. We don't tell anybody, and we don't judge anybody in terms of what they can do or how they want to spend their money.
Right. The other thing is, Bob, if you have a high-end unit, by high-end, I mean it literally and figuratively. If you have a big unit, you're not going to fit in some of the state parks. So,
right.
If you have some of those big Alliance Valors, you're not going to put that in a state park.
Right.
But Dave has a good point.
I understand your comment. I think I know where you're coming from, but we don't try to tell somebody because you have certain judgment on what you like for camping. We don't want to tell other people not to do something, because there are plenty of people who are willing to pay high-end luxury resorts just as there are luxury campgrounds. You can go to Fort Wilderness down there and pay $410 a night for a park model. So it's all over the place. And that's one of the beauties of RVs. Whatever your budget is, we have entry level, we have mid-range, we have luxury products for that product category.
Dante's asking who's Turco. I mean, Ed LaTurco, who's also, I don't see him on tonight, but he's another one of our regular visitors to the show.
That's Ed LaTurco, one of my longtime customers in my document imaging career. He was for the longest time, he was my largest customer when he worked at Digital Equipment, and we did all the microfilming and scanning of documents and drawings.
You should still be buying him a beer then.
Tim's says they will sell.
Must be the units will sell. That was 724.
Either that, or he means that some of these resorts will sell. More likely the small ones. This one wasn't built from the ground up.
He said that 20 minutes ago, Bob.
Huh?
He said that 20 minutes ago.
Oh, before we talked about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ryan said, no, we stopped and got them, and I got home and hopped in the plow truck. Okay, that's true.
Right, he had to get out there.
Yeah. Gail, I don't know. Gail, we did too. Gail and Dante did something together.
Yeah. So if you
started tent camping. That's what it was.
Oh.
That was the question. Started tent camping.
All right. So
Gail did, Dante did, and Walter did with 4 kids.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So Ryan was trying to get out so he could get home to plow, and I mentioned to him that I had, on your advice, switched my flight to an earlier flight. Then you asked me if I had an aisle seat, and I said no. So I went up to the counter before the flight took off, and the lady was nice enough to give me an aisle seat. The only problem, Ryan, was she put me next to obese, might be a good word, gentleman who had a COVID mask, and he coughed all the way from Boston to Fort Myers. So I didn't feel well on Monday morning. I felt worse on Tuesday morning, and this morning I tested positive for COVID. So I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not going up to Camp Margaritaville to do any filming, because RV Unplugged is up there this week. So that's non-issue now.
Was the plane full otherwise?
Every seat on the plane was full.
On JetBlue with a Airbus 321?
321, yeah.
Wow. Oh, so Gail started tent camping. Dante did tent camping. Walter did with 4 kids. That's brave.
That's very brave.
Okay. Audrey, we did tent camp for years before moving to a travel trip. So Audrey did the ascension, the royal ascension in the RV camping lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not just Class A diesel pusher.
Hubby grew up tent camping. I did a couple of times, about 40. Notice how precise she is.
She rounded it off to 43 years.
43 years ago, not 40 years ago, not around 45, 43 years. See?
Yeah.
Rent Companion looks like an incredible option for folks waiting to explore the camping experience. Yeah, if somebody wanted to go with your group, Audrey, and they could rent, and you could teach them what to do once they get to the campground and see if they like it.
Keep one thing in mind. There's another thing that we talked about briefly, but we ran over it. But say, for example, you're in your big unit and you want to bring another family with you, but they don't want to sleep in the same unit. There's just not enough room or whatever. Rent that companion thing and get a website, get a campsite right next door to you.
And there's Mr. Companion.
Yeah.
Sean O'Hagan. We'll get you on.
Oh, there he is. There's Sean right there.
He had a little tie out this morning, but this afternoon. So we will get them on and ask all kinds of tenting questions. Audrey Foley, we saw the Walden camper vans. That was also a great option for folks that want to explore camping. Explore camping and also explore off-grid. You know, if you're going to get out to the state parks that have a lot of mountain climbing and a lot of lakes and hiking, that's really a good vehicle. And
actually, if Walden was sold out, you could get one from Walden and one from Campanion and have the best of both worlds. Either way, you're not in a campground, you're away from it all.
Tent pop-up from Canetti's Trailers. They're still in business, Steve. 26-foot Layton, 27 Cougar, lacrosse, and then a 40-foot Jaco. They weren't at our show, Steve. You must have gone to the Rhode Island show the week before. I don't think I've ever talked to them, but is that the one that has a what do you call it? An ice cream stand down there? And there's a Conetti's up in Maine that has an ice cream stand. He was there to eat all day, I guess.
He was there to eat all day.
That mechanical golf cart would be perfect at Pirate Land. Now that thing can do some real damage. That's more like a mini tank than a golf cart. Ryan, I scoped out the Pete's RV's hidden snack selection. It was tempting. But he's friends
with Randy.
Yeah. Did you scope it out, or did Randy Murray take you over there? Randy and Ryan did a great job on their seminars. Great job. Also on the technician roundtable. That was the people that owned the spacecraft RV that was there, and switching it up was the fact that they decided to sell their home and switch it up after each of them lost a parent, and now they are full-time. So it wasn't representatives from the company itself. Was it somebody's unit, and they're kind of like an ambassador for spacecraft? High quality stuff. Jim says, I got to go find that hidden campers in area. I got connections. All right, you try, but I think we closed the show on Sunday, Walter. By Monday night, most of them are out. Walter Swenson, I think Tim means the owners of Brinkley will sell at some point in the future. Well, they do have a good track record, that's for sure. And anybody that comes around with 400 or 500 million dollars, I'd probably sell to them too.
Oh, yes, that's for sale.
Yeah. What do we got here? At some point in the future, and then Tim's RV. Yes, they will. Always have, and they can create and then go do something else. Walter says, I started my tent camping in Boy Scouts during the winter. I skipped Boy Scouts. Rick Kessler, sorry for being late. Late, Kessler? We're like 45 minutes into the show, Kessler. And Hawkey right behind you. Great seeing you guys, and great dinner. We had a great dinner.
Oh.
I went back the next night. I took Ryan and Mike Sokol over to Kevin for this. So I hit
Tell
it
them where you're talking about, Bob.
the what do they call it? The Brazilian Steakhouse in the Aloft Hotel. The guys that come around with the upright pieces of meat and they cut it off and you grab it and put it on your plate and
With tongs. You grab it with tongs.
Yeah. Now, if I remember, Hawkey ate probably as much as me, you, and John.
I don't know how he can be that thin.
Right. Yeah, exactly. John Bonifiglia, who's taken Kevin's place as the Cougar rep in the Northeast. Actually, got Canada and down the East Coast. So yeah, we would do that. And Jim says, tent with
Four boys, a class.
Steve Hogan says they closed years ago.
Oh, Canetti's. Yeah, I think that's where somebody bought theirs. That's what they were talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe he bought some of his stuff there. I scoped it out, walking by in the morning and talking to Jim Keenan. Yeah, Jim Keenan came back from Florida so that he could work the Pete's booth because people wanted to see him. Let's jump into another.
Speaking of Pete's booth,
huh? Why don't we do the two park models? They were both in the Seacoast RV display.
Yep.
We have me talking to Krupp, and we have you talking to
Elevation.
So let's start with Krupp, and we'll go back to Elevation. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, Zagami, you just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Oh. I'm here with Austin Fleck of Krupp Park Model Homes. And Austin, this new Eldorado, this new series is phenomenal. You'd never know we were in an RV.
Right, we try to make it feel like home, open it up. It's got all the features of home, even some upgraded options than you might have in your own home right now.
Tell the fans a little bit of the story about Eldorado, because Krupp is a very long-time member of the RV industry.
Yeah.
And give a little bit of the background.
Yeah, a long time ago, we made manufactured homes, and the Eldorado was the top-of-the-line series for us. So Trevor, being a fourth-generation owner for us, wanted to bring that back and kind of pay homage to that, where we started.
Yep.
So this is his take on that Eldorado. You got your solid surface here, you got your giant TV, big shower, house appliances, and this thing's loaded to the gills.
Yep. You know, we go to these RV shows and you guys come along and support us. And a lot of people that come to the shows have never seen a park model. They look at it and they think they're looking at a house. Tell everybody the distinction between an RV and a house. Why are these different? Why are they RVs, and why you can have them in the campgrounds?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, it's on wheels, so that's the first difference between that and a house. Now, I understand why there is confusion, because, like you said, it does feel like a house, and a lot of things like this are built like a home. But we're just in that square footage market, 399 square feet, that keeps us in the RV range. So we're in a sweet spot that we get to actually build you a home, but you can put it in a campground as an RV.
Yeah, it's always fun to go to the factory, because if people haven't seen what this type of quality is, and we can see this because it's on the the customer facing site, but underneath the 2x6 floorboard, the 2x4 board, 2x4 finished walls, that is a house.
It really is, especially with our insulation package. You got R22 in the floor, R11 in the walls, and 29 in the ceiling. Double pane windows, house type doors. You're right, this thing's ready for the weather.
I'm always surprised that we as an industry don't sell 10 times the number of park models that we sell. Right. It's really an education, but I know a lot of the dealers don't carry park models, but they can build entire campgrounds. We had one up in Maine, which was almost all truck park models. That's where I had my unit for years, and I would like to see more real estate investment people get engaged with this.
Yeah, I think we're getting more and more interest from those kinds of people. I'm taking more calls from them, all the time. Yeah. I think as they get educated and feel like they're comfortable with it, you will see a big growth in the coming years.
I hope so, because Krupp is just one of the longest standing manufacturers, certainly in the park model. As you say, they go back to manufacture. It's not your first rodeo.
No.
And Trevor did a great job of bringing back the Eldorado and the nameplate.
Yep.
So I want to thank you. I know we got people here that want to talk to you about park models, not talk to me about videos. But Austin, thanks very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Bob.
it.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Now I'm trying to find. Oh, I don't think I loaded it up yet.
You have the Pete's?
Huh? Yeah, I got Pete's, and then while we play Pete's, I'll sneak out and get that other one. Yeah.
Hey everybody, as you can see, we're at the Pete's RV Center display at Boston RV and Camping Expo. We're with our friend Chad from Pete's, and Chad, you're smiling, and I see a lot of activity in your area.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. We have Megan here today. Megan's from Cherokee at Forest River. Guys, at the Pete's RV Center display, it has been hopping. For a Friday, it feels like a Saturday. It's been fantastic. It's very surprising.
Megan,
very encouraging.
You got to go to Doug get one of his shirts and get it for Chad.
You got it.
You know Doug?
Oh yeah,
yeah, you know his shirts, right?
Yeah.
I know him. I think I could do that.
I don't think we can afford them, but for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But Friday is a busy day. We've kind of switched the days from Friday through Monday to Thursday through Sunday. But we've watched people come through and all different demographics. Some people with strollers, which is odd for a Friday. But the retirees are active and buying.
Yeah, really have. If we're looking at, there's a whole range of people here today, from small bunkhouses. I think too, the market's done a quick reset. I'm looking at a bunkhouse right now on the other side of the display for $13,000, brand new with a warranty, and motorhome starting, in the 80s. So it's a lot of people are out and about looking for a deal, and some of the trailers, motorhomes here, 50% off MSRP. You come and buy something and be camping cheaper than you could have been in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing I noticed is you've got the new Midnight Cougar in the back row.
Yeah, Midnight Cougar. We got the Brinkley, we got the Jayco, the Forest River stuff.
The Brinkley.
Yeah, motorized. We got everything here. Something for everyone. This is our best show of the year. So if you want to come and save a ton of money and camp for free next year, we're also giving away a free year of camping with an RV purchase. So come down and see us this weekend.
At Pete's RV Center. Look for the yellow shirts.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, they didn't give away toilet paper this year.
No, did not do the toilet paper.
But they did a big igloo cooler that people could win, right?
I asked him about the toilet paper, and he said the budget was wiped out.
Oh, man, you are so bad. Oh, so that I was able to go out and convert that elevation real quick, and it's going to be there in a minute. While we do that, because we're going to run out of time, we had the new RVers. We did that. We got Pete's, we got Companion, Walden, Krupp. Okay, this will be the last one. So before we'll finish up the show with this as soon as it stops circling around. Any other questions, John? Check out the comments and see if there's anything there before we fire this up.
Oh, Rhonda says, "Feel better, Bob. Have some homemade chicken soup and keep hydrated."
Got plenty of that.
It says the Midnight Cougar is also at the Villages.
But Rhonda, it's difficult with ginger ale. So, all right.
Deborah said the show was amazing. I don't know whether she meant this show or the show we're talking about.
Allow me to introduce you to.
Hey everybody, we are in Boston at the camping show. And we're at the Seacoast booth. We're in an elevation model, and looking at the camera, you see the young lady with glasses. That's Amanda from Seacoast, and Joel is from Elevation.
Yes,
and hey, welcome to New England.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to you, Joel. I mean, Amanda, you're already here.
I live here.
Yeah.
She's used to this.
So people, you hear the word park model, but they don't really know what it means because there's so many different kind of RVs. But Amanda, describe what a park model would be and how it differs from the kind that you would tow down the street.
Sure. So park models are kind of your home away from home. So you get all of the, amenities of home, like you can have solid surface countertops, house appliances, really just nice home-like atmosphere at a campground, which is really nice.
And Joel, what separates Elevation from the pack? What makes you different?
Oh, we feel like there's a lot that makes us different, but we're actually in our 7 series right now, which is our new debut this past year. This is what we would call the top of the line in the industry. There's a lot of things we're doing in the 7 series that no one else is. This features Anderson windows, hardwood trim, where most are using paper wrapped MDF. So here you've got your solid countertops, plywood cabinets, I'll pull out one of these drawers for you here, John. This is solid wood, dovetailed. It's got the slow close. So this is not your typical RV. And I think what Amanda was getting at is this is residential construction versus stick and tin or fiberglass, which is most of the trailers out here.
And with all due respect to quote unquote regular RVs, these are made differently.
For sure.
And with 2x4s or 2x6s or whatever compared
heavy insulation.
to And can you use them year round?
That's a sticky subject. We legally like to say this is a 3-season camper. What the customer does after the purchase is none of my business. But they are insulated very well. But there's some precautions you'd want to take.
But you have HVAC systems in here.
Absolutely. Right. Central heat and air in the floor. A lot of people are going to mini split systems right now.
Okay. Amanda, how about your dealership? Where are you located and how people can find out more?
Yeah, we're on Route 1 in Saco, Maine. You're welcome to check us out on our website, which is seacoastrv.com, or come on down and take a look.
Okay. This particular unit, real refrigerator, right? It's not
22 cubic.
Not a little. Will you open that door?
We're using all GE appliances.
Okay,
here.
That's the real thing. Okay, GE appliances.
Okay, check it out.
And there you go. No beer.
No, just
beer.
Diet Coke and water.
Diet Coke and water. Okay. But a real stove, not a mini stove. Okay.
You better take them to the bathroom, John. Show them this shower. That's the big feature in this unit.
You got a real sink.
Yeah. Kohler faucets in the 7 Series. Yep.
Okay. Counter space and all that other stuff. What did you say to look for in here?
Well, this shower is kind of the gem in this.
The Rolls Royce of showers.
Big 60-inch shower.
Okay. Yep. Wow. Pretty cool. And this has got the loft on it.
This is a rear loft only here.
Rear bedroom.
This stairway was actually designed by us for the first time this year. We're using solid wood treads, 1 3/4 thick, exposed, into the hallway with a view railing system.
Okay. And tons of space for cabinetry in the bathroom and everywhere else. So once again, the name of the company is Elevation.
We're Elevation Park Model Company.
Okay.
Partnering with Seacoast RV.
And stop by and see them.
Absolutely.
And stop by and see them at the show. But if you don't, Seacoast RV is Route 1, Saco, Maine.
You got it.
All right. So we're ready to wrap it up. And I want to give you just a little announcement. We have a Valentine's Day gift for you. If you haven't noticed that Valentine's Day is on a Wednesday this year. So we have, as a team, we have decided we're going to spend Valentine's Day with our wives and take the night off, so you can do the same thing. We're not going to have a show on Valentine's Day. We don't want somebody feeling obligated to go to work, or you are great fans saying, well, we can always watch Bob and John for an hour. I say, nope, you can't. We're not going to be there. I want you to go out and have a great time. Now, we are on next week, but Valentine's Day, there will be no show. Anything you want to say before we close it out, John?
Nope. Special thanks to our audience. So many comments tonight, so many people that we saw over the weekend at the show. And it's a great group. And again, I can't say it enough. We respect your time that you spend with us on Wednesday nights and appreciate it.
Absolutely. Great.
Brought to you by Seacoast RV, just like the commercial that we had right at the end here. I planned it that way.
We'll count that as the commercial because we are overtime a little bit. All right. We will
have a great night, everyone.
See you next week.
See ya.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.